Hey, and welcome to Islandish Podcast. You are here with your hostess with the mostest, your girl Yami Swin, better known as Yams, and this is episode number 13 of the podcast, and I am here with none other than Chavez Young. How are you, my guy?
I'm doing good, man.
It's good to see you back home.
Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. Now, Chavez was on the podcast from way back when. I mean, like right after Dorian, when I started the podcast, was doing it on my mommy breakup dining room table podcast, and we didn't have no video podcast. But now we've grown, and we had to bring him back to talk about his amazing journey into being a professional baseball player. So tell them a little bit about yourself, where you got started, and remind them of the fact that you're from Grand Bahama. People just forget that a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm from Freeport, Grand Bahama. You know, starting young, I went to Walter Parker from primary school, and then I transitioned to high school to Sunline, in between Sunline and Jack Haywood. Then I was fortunate to graduate in the States out of high school. But I grew up playing here in the parks, GB and Legacy, both fields and stuff like that.
Right.
Growing up in these little leagues here as well.
Okay, so what would be, or who was your coaches and persons who helped you with training in the very beginning? Like some of the older persons here in Grand Bahama that really got you going with baseball.
So it was just a collective harm few. Miss Higgs, she was at St. George's at that time. She's also was at Walter Parker. She actually was the first coach to pull me into softball. She wanted me to play every sport. Shout out to Miss Higgs. And then I had I had Coach OP, Coach OP and Coach Cameron, and then Coach Keel Pinder. He had a younger brother that played professional as well, Devon Mackey, with the Oakland A's. So shout out to my Predators family.
I love that. So with your transition, how were you able to get that opportunity to transition from being educated here to being able to get educated in the U.S. and graduate? Like, how did that process work?
I'll give all of that credits to Miss Baston. Everybody should know Miss Bonnie Baston. She was big on basketball, but what I love about her is that she was able to actually just look for what I love at first, and the thing was, I told her that I love playing baseball. Even though I was at a scholarship to play basketball at Sunline, she was able to carry me off to school, to give me opportunities to look at schools for baseball on the baseball route. When as a team, when we was over there for basketball tournaments, she was actually pulling me on the side with me and my friend Smacky, Shamiko Smith, to look at schools for baseball. So I'll always, give her credits and give her flowers right now, because she went out her way and she did more than beyond, to try to get me off the school.
Definitely. So shout out to Miss Basin, Miss Bonnie, and that whole program they have going, because I think that's still going on right now to this day. And Miss Bonnie ain't quitting. She has a good support.
House of Hoops.
Yes, that's what it is. House of Hoops. And they're definitely doing some great things in the community, helping guys get off, young persons from different family islands too, and housing them, helping them get into scholarships, get great opportunities for sporting and things like that. So with you being able to finish your education in the U.S., what helped you to transition or be able to get the spotlight pointed on you to help you get into the professional baseball area?
So me just being in the States was just exposure there. I was fortunate to go to a school that was really good, and that just actually exposed me to good competition. And then you just being around good competition allows you to play good prospects, and when you're playing good prospects, a lot of people come to see those good prospects. So now you're sharing the spotlight with them, because now you're the opponent of, you got to face them. So it's like, while they're watching them, they got to see me too, right?
Right.
So I was fortunate to be in a good spot, right place. I call it right place at right time. And I'd always give my glory and thanks to God for just letting me be in the right place at right time. Just to be able to actually have the opportunity I have that time.
Okay, I love that. So when it came to that as well, before we take the commercial break, this is going to be my last question to you. My question would be, what was the most difficult part with transitioning from living in the Bahamas to living in the U.S.?
Just going at a young age, knowing that and everything's gonna go your way, and just understanding, like, just making an adjustment on that. Just being at a young age, stuff which you would have your parents do that you had to figure out on your own.
Right.
Even though there was just a phone call away, but just actually have to deal with it yourself was kind of a big adjustment, and it actually helped me to be the independent person I am today, to actually be an adult at a young age, learn how to be an adult at a young age, to make right decisions and going forward, because at the end of the day you're going to make mistakes. So if the amount of mistakes you make, you're going to be able to actually learn from them. So that's what I'll take from it.
Okay, great. I love that answer. So we're going to take our first commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk more about his professional baseball journey and learn a little bit more about Chavez Young.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk,
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
Well, I was locked in.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're back with Islandish Podcast, and we're going to get back into this amazing conversation with the lovely Chavez Young. Now, Vezzy. I can call you Vezzy, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
wonderful.
come busy.
So tell us a little bit more about your journey and also what it's like playing professional baseball.
Is
Is it like anything?
it's a dream come true, just hearing your name get called. I got drafted in America, so we see a lot of kids now, they're signing internationally, but I got drafted in America, so my experience was kind of different. But like, just understanding, my biggest analogy is like, once you get drafted and once you start your professional career, you're basically in a bowl. You're a goldfish and you're just in a bowl full with other goldfish. So it's like, what's going to really make you stand out? That's my best way of saying it, because it's like everybody is talented. Everybody,
Bring
can
something
run.
different.
Everybody could run. Everybody could hit. Everybody could defend. Everybody could throw. Everybody could pitch. So it's like, what makes you stand out from everybody? So that's all, like, that's how I could say on that.
Okay, so the position you play is center field, right?
Yeah.
Is that a difficult position? Because I know a little bit about baseball. I know about shortstop. I know about the pitcher. I know about second base. I think that's it. And then the person behind the thing.
Gotcha.
Boom. That's what his name is. So tell us a little bit about working or being a center field in that position and some of the training you have to go through.
I think center field isn't that hard if you're an athlete. So you're just trying to be the best athlete you can. The skills comes with it as usual. For me, that stands out is my arm strength. So like, I have a really good arm. So what I do is I play deeper. So now I can contest. I can make as in like a ball hit to the fence, where it's not a hard, difficult route for me. It could just take my time and just focus on being around my environment, where's the fence and stuff like that, so I could be able to make plays. And I know I have a lot of ground to make up because I have a good arm strength. Right. Whereas another outfielder, if they don't have a good arm strength, but they have to go in because they can't throw the ball that hard. So their range has to be more in instead of deep. So like, I guess that range of me playing as a center fielder, and also I could be able to play other positions as well because of my arm strength, and just helps me be able to make accurate routes as that. But outfield, me personally, I don't think outfield is that hard compared as being an infielder and compared to being as a catcher. Right. That's a lot of consistent play by play, whereas in outfield, once in a while you get a ball hit to you. Right. But like in the infield, there's a lot of action going on consistently. So yeah, not that hard, I think. Okay, all right. That's a good answer. I didn't think about it that way, but now that you mention it, it's like, that's kind of true. Now, earlier we had an interview with a massage therapist, and she was talking a lot about warming ups and the importance of taking care of your body, especially as an athlete, and also when it comes to recovery. So with you, how long have you been playing professional baseball anyway? How many years do you think it's been? I've been like since 2016, so was that 8 years? Yeah, you almost 10 years. Yeah. So with that amount of time, have you had any injuries over Good.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You look like you can feel it all over again.
Yeah, I had a lot of injuries. That's probably some, injuries are part of what hinders a lot of opportunities as well, because if you're injured, you're more of a liability to the team. You're expense to them. So it's like the amount of time you're hurt, you're a bill basically to take care of.
Right.
So yeah, I had a lot of injuries even this year as well. Prohibited me for a lot of opportunities. Well, like I had with the Blue Jays, I had left hamstring. I had left foot plantar fasciitis, and then I had
she talked about that today.
Yeah, that's the worst. I mean, that ain't the worst one. The worst one for me is my hamstring, because I still feel it to this day. But left wrist injury, left dislocation of my shoulder, and I had left and right oblique strains.
That's that turning thing?
Yeah, because I hit left-handed and I hit right-handed, so it's a lot of twerking on the body.
Okay.
So I had all of that injuries with the Blue Jays from 2016 to 2022. 2023, I was grateful to have a full, clean, healthy season. 2024 with 23 with the Pirates. 24 this year, I was with the Milwaukee Brewers, and starting the season really was playing really well. I had a ligament, strained my ligament in my right thumb, so like that kind of hinders a lot of me being able to hit. But at the same time, what I try to do was like to be able to stop switch hitting, because I hit left-handed and right-handed. It was just bothering me left-handed, so I just started hitting right-handed. So and I had that right thumb injury this year. But other than that, injuries, yeah.
So what advice would you give to young players? Because I see it's a lot of young Bahamians now going into professional baseball, getting deals, things of that nature. So what are some advices you would give them as someone who's been in it for about 8 years as a professional?
I'll say this, like in the off season, you could just practice eating healthy. Like it's easy, and not just like you eating fish and all these stuff, just understanding like, okay, like inflammation, what brings inflammation, like just understanding, tracking your macros, like nutrition and stuff like that. Like the stuff, like you have to sacrifice some stuff if you're really trying to get there. Like I feel like if we have an opportunity that we're already in the door where a lot of kids wish they have in the world, so it's like if you're really doing it, you might still do it the right way, right? So it's like you really gotta know what you're putting into your body, taking care of your body. That comes with therapy, massage therapy. Me personally, I do massage once a week during my off season with dry needling, and just understanding like this is your body's your investment. Right.
Your body is your product.
I didn't go to college.
Right.
So like.
Oh, you went straight from high school?
I went high school, so it's like I'm really betting on myself, right? So if I'm betting on myself, I gotta invest in myself too as well, right?
Right.
And who talks about that a lot, and that's LeBron James, right? He invests a lot in his body and his training and all those nutrition and stuff. Right. That's why why his career is really longevity in this career.
Yeah. And he's been so successful for such a long period of time. Okay, so other than that, and with you now being back home, are you happy to be back home? Or are some people you're excited to see? Because you're back home in Freeport. I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm always happy to be back home. It's just like, like even like you call me Vezzy and stuff like that. It's funny, but it's like, bring me back to reality. Like bring me back, and I'm actually home, right? But like when I'm in the States, they call me Chavez. Nobody over here has called me Chavez.
Yeah, what is Chavez?
So it's like I just understand, like when I come back home, I'm home, like how it used to be, right? Over there is over there, but when you come home, it actually levels you out. So you need that balance of up and down, right, of that lifestyle up there, and then like I miss this lifestyle of me have to not worry about what I have to dress and how I go out and stuff like that over there. To compare, I could walk around here with singlet and the shorts and the slippers, and I'm home. Right. So it's like that comfortability in my mind state, I just miss a lot.
So I'm happy that you said that, because a lot of times people make it, especially living here, especially in Grand Bahama, people will be like, boy, you need to go up to the station, you need to go somewhere else and just don't come back, yada, yada, yada. But with you saying that, it's like, no, but you sometimes just need to come back home because you're going to appreciate it and you're going to like it. It's be like the small little things. So are you excited to go to the beach? What are you excited to actually do now that you're back home?
Well, I didn't go to the beach because it rained these past 2 days.
Oh, that's true.
So I wasn't able to, but I had other stuff I had to do. But like, yeah, I mean, just me being home, driving around the road, not like the speed is chilling. Like you driving around 20-30 miles per hour, like that's more calming than whereas you in the States, you going like 80-90 on the highway.
Right, you have to pay attention.
So everything is faster over there. So it's like you come home, it's more like slow tempo. But I'm also, like me being gone from the hurricane to now, like it's a big change. It's a lot. I just happy to see Freeport how it's progressing right now. It's not where we want it to be, but it's progressing. It's going forward, and that's so encouraging to see what's happening back home.
Right. Happy that you said that too. People just don't, and that's be the crazy thing. That's why I love having conversations with persons like yourselves who are from here. You visit every now and then, and when you come back, it's be like, oh, this wasn't here, and then someone who lived there all the time is be like, oh yeah, that wasn't here all the time for true. That used to be something else, or this building used to be as like that. You'd be like, wait, where the Kipling building gone? Like half of the building just gone. Yeah. But we watch it get break down piece by piece by piece. But you come back and it's like, wait, the whole building just gone. Like, what happened? It get blow up or what? That kind of way. So it's great to hear you say that. And along with that, what are some things or some investments or progressions you would like to see from the Bahamas as it relates to like sporting and sporting events and the sporting industry here?
You look at the kids, right? You see a lot of kids sign internationally a lot, right? You look at these kids, they're signing left, right, and center. Like, if baseball is it ain't just not. We're there, like it's starting to happen. No, we're there. It's there on the market now.
Right.
And MLB sees as market now, so it's like they're gonna invest in our kid and our country.
Right.
So like, if you see that, like you look more like on academies and like look at these baseball fields and stuff like that, we should have more academies.
Right.
Like baseball academies, for as like you got kids in Anagua. All the way over there, man, on these keys, right? They might be the next Josh Chisholm.
Yeah.
Sebastian Walcott. Like they might be the next. You don't know because they're all the way out there. Like the opportunities are basically for islands like almost like Freeport and Nassau.
That's it. Yeah.
So if you almost like can make an academy and just make more of invest more in these kids to where it's like they could be able to have an academy focus on on the craft and also on their schoolwork, and they eat sleep baseball, because like at the end of the day it's like it's coming where these kids are signed for millions of dollars. Now they could be able to give back, easily want to give back to their community,
right.
give back to the academy, give back to the country, because like the government or whatever did at first. So it's like it's happening. It's just more of understanding, like just having like more of academy base,
right,
to where it's like you could bring more of these kids from over from the Keys and start hosting them to where they have school and they have like a more of a plan to where it's like just go to school, play baseball, come
more like
back.
A student athlete program.
Yes, you see what I'm saying? Almost like that's basically how I felt when I was at Sunline. For a bit, I basically when I was with the House of Hoops, we just basically go to school, practice, study.
Right. That's it. That's yours on the schedule.
You basically, so that's something similar. So
yeah, because even other student athletes that I know and persons that I've met who have gone just like you, gone that route, whether it's baseball, track, basketball, and others, it's almost like you said, it's like it becomes, you have to make it habitual. You have to get them into a certain routine from early, because also like you mentioned, they have to be adults a lot early off if they go in from high school here, home around their mommy, to now you in the States at school. You don't know nobody, and no one gonna be here telling you, you need to study, or you need to go to class on time, and you need to go to practice. Like you have to almost have that type of discipline already in you before you get to those opportunities and to those levels. So my other question would be about not just about being a student athlete, but also getting into a rhythm just as a professional athlete. But before I get to that, unfortunately, I gotta take another commercial break. So y'all don't go nowhere. When we come back, we're gonna continue this amazing conversation we're having with Chavez Young.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat.
And I'm your boy Mix.
And we're representing Off the Bench, the number one talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in to us every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6 o'clock p.m.
The number one talk show
in the world, Craig.
Okay, so we are back with Chavez Young, and we're talking all about professional baseball, and on top of that, just being a professional athlete on the whole. So now we're going to switch the conversation more over to not just you being a professional, but also being a Bahamian professional. Do you feel that there is more that could be done in terms of using Bahamian athletes on a ambassadorship, global scale type of thing?
Yeah, it could be done, because like, I give you a prime example, you know, like, there's opportunities for me in the States for that, abroad over there for their communities, but it's more funded, you know, in the aspect. But I think, like, it's just more of it being more organized. If it's more organized, it's more appealing, right? So, like, if something isn't organized, then you're really not appealing. You're not really more like, you just don't want to waste your time.
Okay, I understand
you
that
see
completely.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, at this age, it's like you're in the door and you're like, you know, like, you're at a point that where it's like you can't be doing this for too long, but at the same time, it's like,
We'll make the most out of it.
Make the most of it. So it's like not want to have no regrets.
Right. About the whole thing. I get that, because I've always wondered when it comes to professional athletes like yourself. You mentioned Josh Chisholm. There's John Carl Jones killing it with the WNBA. You have Buddy Hield. You have this one, that one. Everybody doing amazing things as Bahamians, and a lot of them is Grand Bahamians, let me point out. But it's just a matter of, I feel like it could be so much more being done in terms of using them more as Bahamian ambassadors. And how all you guys are on these major teams with these major organizations, having more. Because I think even like in a few weeks, the Miami Heat about to have their off-season training in Nassau, and it's another basketball team about to be at Bahama doing their off-season training as well. So it's a matter of, why isn't there more of that happening in the different sports? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I feel like training at the beach could help any sport, in my opinion, when it comes to like dealing with your muscles, running on the sand, da-da-da-da. That's just me. I could be wrong, but what's your opinion on that?
When you look at it, like baseball and NBA is different. Like, you know, when you're in the NBA, you get drafted, you go to the NBA. But in baseball, you sign international. If you get drafted, you got to go to the minor leagues. Nobody don't want to watch the minor leagues. Nobody really keep up with the minor leagues. But people keep up with the MLB, because that's what the TV is, right? The TV shows the MLB. So they're TV sports. So like NBA is more appealing. Right. So it's like, that's why, like, honestly, I was keeping up with the FIBA sports when they were almost like, they almost made the Olympics. I was watching. Right.
Come on, like, that's the Bahamas team, right?
The Bahamas team was playing. Everybody was watching. Like, basketball is cooler. Baseball isn't really that cool, honestly. I'm gonna be real with you. Right. But like,
it's more of an American sport.
Yeah.
It's really American.
So it's like, that's the big part of it, and it's just like, you ain't gonna want to invest in something that you think is not that cool. That's my opinion. Right. Because, like, honestly, there's more baseball players signing more than basketball players going to the NBA.
Yes, we have a larger percentage of baseball players signing compared to our NBA basketball players, and that's really an important thing to note. And I don't know if that's because, like you said, it's a baseball team rosters are long. How many people is on a roster for a baseball team?
Like 40.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of people. And then it's a lot of leagues. You have the minors, and you have the MLB, and then you have all of those other ones, because it's other leagues as well, correct? So with that being said, there's a lot more opportunities Rather than with the NBA, it's only so many NBA teams. It's only so much drafting they can do in a year, once a year. And a lot of prospects from they was like probably in junior high. People been watching them for years. People like LeBron James and stuff. People been having their eye on them for years. So as soon as they have the opportunity to jump on them, they jump on it. So with that being said, and with recruiting, how would you advise young people who are interested in baseball to get recruited if they are interested in going the professional route?
The academies. That's the only thing I could tell you. Just go to the academy. Like if you're trying to get signed, you gotta do it from a young age, whereas you go, I guess, like 11, 12, 13, 14, the kid, like, see what they really want. Like, you put them in an environment like, this is baseball, like, you got to go to school, you train, eat, sleep baseball. It's like, this what you're doing. You put them in an environment that young to whereas when now 13, 14, they understand what they really want to do.
Right.
Like 13, 14, 15, now you get to a point that you can be able to sign or you don't sign. Now you still have leeway. It's like, okay, if you're not going to sign now, you still have credits from high school. You still could be able to go off to school in high school to go get still get drafted out of high school at a later age, like 17, 18. Now, if you don't get drafted, you can be able to go to college, right?
Right.
Get D1 or whatever college commit, and then you go to college, you still have an opportunity to get drafted again.
Right.
So there's a lot of opportunities for you to sign, get drafted out of high school, get drafted out of college. That's
Right.
3 opportunities, whereas in this, going off to high school, you might not get drafted, now you go to college. So like you have the first one, if you start at a young age,
Right.
and then that's for you able to actually see if you could sign at a young age, because that's life-changing money.
Right, yeah. That could change your whole family lives, yeah.
Couple mil, that's life-changing money. I
Yeah,
ain't
or
caring
a couple million, or I could do a couple million right now.
What? If you smart, only if you smart, you even need to play baseball.
Right, yeah, just sign, do it for like a little year, then early retirement, smooth sailing.
But I mean, trying to make somebody just sign and just stop.
don't
But
do
like, but at the same time, it's just like, that's just an opportunity, but it's sacrifices that you have to do to get to that moment that people don't understand. So it takes time and it takes a lot of training and just the sacrifice of when nobody's watching, you got to be doing something.
Right.
You don't have to be doing something when they're watching. You got to be doing it. You got to be doing it for you, basically.
Right. That self-desire, that self-motivation to get it done. I like that as well. So with that being said, and what are some of the things that you did to keep yourself motivated while you were in high school, especially in a new environment and being far away from home?
Even if I was, I would do the same thing every day. Even if it was even if I was just active doing the same thing every day. Just having a routine of, just trying to get better every day. Not trying to make a huge step, but just trying to leap forward. What was always my weakness, and just understanding what is going to actually get me to where I need to get to. So for me, it was like I was athletic enough to have a good arm, right? So I know I need to take care of my arm. I need to be able to long toss and strengthen my arm. Also speed. So I need to work on my speed. I need to make sure that my conditioning was good, taking care of my legs. So all of these stuff is what was priority for me, that I had to prioritize and that I had to enhance on every day.
Okay, good. That's actually really good too, because a lot of times people undermine like the small things, because it sounds like you made small changes and small progressions every single day. It's like, okay, I can work on this, I need to work on that, and it's almost like a consistent, all the time learning and growing process for you. Am I correct by saying that? Okay, good. So with right now where you're at Milwaukee, how is it? What's it like being on the team? Things like that.
That was a good experience. A lot of black coaches.
Okay, is that a good thing?
Amazing thing.
Okay. Is that new for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a lot of black coaches, and it's just like, it was just more, a little comfortable environment to be around. So like this, the organization was really really good to me. I'm grateful for the opportunity they gave me. So.
Wonderful, wonderful. So with that being said, what do you plan to do when you get back? Like, what's your first to-do list as soon as you leave Freeport? Are you going to miss us? Do you plan to move to another state? Because you say right now you're in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, when I get back, I'm planning on taking a vacation trip. And honestly, after my vacation trip, come back, train. I'm going to play winter ball again, November. I go from November, December, January, February. So
Okay.
basically, I play almost. I take almost a month and a half off, and then I go right back into it.
Okay. What's it like playing in the winter? Does it snow while y'all playing?
No.
Do y'all play in the snow?
Puerto Rico don't snow in Puerto Rico.
Okay, good. Great. So you don't have to deal with that. But the thing is, because I don't understand it, because I see football players playing in the snow, like, I'd have to get fired. Like, I ain't doing that. So have you ever had to play under extreme conditions like that? Rain, snow, what's it like?
It's terrible. Like, you can't feel your hands, honestly.
Okay.
So it's like, one time I swing and I jam, I got jammed, and like legit, I only could feel to my wrist. I felt like I had no hand at all.
That sounds very painful. Doesn't even sound fun.
Yeah, I just felt this. It was numb. My hand was just
From the rain or because it was cold?
from this cold.
Oh.
It's cold, snowing, like a little snow.
Nuh-uh. So what would be a condition where they say, all right, we can't play? Is it like it'd have to be lightning and thundering?
If the field's flooded with rain, there's like water on the field. Like
Okay.
you can't play in those conditions. Depends on how much it rains at, like, and how like the continuance of rain and stuff like that.
Because if it's just like a quick shower and it stopped, like, of course y'all can still play. Or if it's just a light rain and there ain't no puddles.
And lightning also too.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. So what's it like playing in front of such a big audience? Because I feel like there's be a lot of people there sometimes.
Let's put it like this. Like, imagine you doing a sport you love, and you're doing a sport you love, and it's just like you get the vibe, like you want to show off.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people watching you, so it's
Right.
like I'm gonna show off type thing. So like that's the vibes I get when I get to play in front of a lot of crowd, because it's like I get at that point it's just I play off of adrenaline. So everything is just enhancing. Like I goosebumps. I'm actually nervous too as well.
Right.
Because
I can imagine.
I'm nervous too, but it's like at the same time it's like the nervous happy.
Okay.
You know, imagine somebody's like covering your eyes and like they're saying I'm gonna surprise you, and you're like so nervous but you're happy to know, trying to figure out what it is. That's the feeling every time, back and forth, back and forth, back and forward. So that's what I get, you know, when I play in front of a big crowd, honestly.
Okay, because I saw some footage of you. You know me, I used to go on Google and I used to look up. I saw some footage of you and you was dancing after you had a home run and you was going like this, pop, 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 pop. And you was walking like that. And I was like, check this Bahamian boy. You could always tell because we just dance a little bit different. And it's almost like you was enjoying yourself. So do you dance often when you doing your, what's it called, a home run lap? Or y'all take your time because you know it's like, yeah, I do that and I could just stroll and do my slow strut all the way around.
Yeah, so you sure? You look like you're a big Sexy Red fan.
I am.
So I like Sexy Red. So like Sexy Red does the, you know, like she does the SRT and like that, and then she does like the, you know. So that's why I was basing it off of because my walk up song.
Hold on, you have a walk up song?
Yeah, my walk up song was Sexy Red Eggplant.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like boop 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 boop.
Right. Okay.
So it's like I was like, so basically I was running around the base like boop,
here's a
boop.
Sexy Red walk up song.
So when I was doing that, I was actually pointing to my team, my dugout, and my and the bullpen. My team bullpen. Because when I was looking at them, every time, like if you hit a home run or something, they shout your name. Hey, they trying to say, hey, like look at me, like we trying to give you love. And every time I look at them, everybody was like this.
Right,
everybody was like shoot. Yeah, so you all can't see them because the camera's on me.
Right.
But I was basically showing the love back to the dugout and to the bullpen.
Okay. Alright, because look like y'all be having fun. I ain't gonna lie. Like, compared to all the sports I have seen, because I've been to a baseball game, a professional baseball game. I've been to a football game, of course. I've been to a basketball game. I feel like baseballs have the most fun in terms of like the crowd, just a lot more interactive, especially the ones who sitting like really close to the dugout. You know, like I feel like they more interactive with the players. They know more about what's going on, and they just be in the stands talking like there's newscasters. Like the ones I was sitting next to, I think we used to a Mets game. And like I didn't even have to listen to what they were saying on top. Like they was able to give me the whole play-by-play right there. Like, yeah, that's so and so and so. He have a this, and his batting average, yada yada yada. You know what he mostly is hit out to the left. And I said like, oh, okay, all right. The Bears be good. The hot dogs be cold. For this be solid. And this be a good experience. So I highly recommend people to go see a Major League Baseball game. But we're gonna take another commercial break, and then we come back. We're going to begin to wrap up this lovely conversation we're having with Chavez Young.
Greetings and welcome to Superior Talk Bahamas. My name is Yvette Swain, and I am here with the Sword Sharpeners Prayer Network. We meet every Monday at 6 p.m., where we dive into the Word of God to see what He would say to us. You are welcome to join us. That's every Monday at 6 p.m. here on Superior Talks. God bless you, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.
Yes, we are here at Islandish Podcast. This is your girl Yams, and we are here with Chavez Young, professional baseball player from right here in Grand Bahama. But while you're watching, make sure you are subscribing to the channel. Click the subscription button below. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can know when new episodes are dropping and when we're going live next. Now, Vezi, it's good to have you home as always. And another thing I wanted to ask you, which is kind of really important, what are some things in terms of infrastructure-wise that you think we could have here in Grand Bahama that would propel baseball? Because I know you've seen the baseball fields here. I don't feel like they've changed much since you've been here last. But what are some things you feel like they could add or enhance to make the sport a little bit more enjoyable and make it more hype, as you put it?
More indoor facilities.
Okay, that's a major one.
Yeah, more indoor facilities. Now you'd be able to, the kids are based off training only on the field. So it's like, what if it's like this week it's been raining, right? So it's hard for these kids to go out to the field and like just be able to be, train and practice. So I think just more like indoor facilities.
So like an indoor facility, like a batting cage and stuff like that? Okay.
Yeah, well, you could do a lot of things, right? Batting cage, and then like you could turn it however big it is. You could just push down the cages. Now you could have like a turf hit infield, hit ground balls. You could be able to do a lot of things in there.
Okay, good. I like that you said that and mentioned that, because that's one of the things I've always questioned and wondered when it comes to sports and the Department of Sports here in the country. Like, excuse me, I feel like it's a lot more, like you mentioned, infrastructure and things that should be invested in now at this point in stage and at the area we're in. Like, we have far too many Bahamians making leaps and bounds in professional sports, even in track and field. It's kind of like disheartening that we only have one major stadium on one island, when it's like this could have been, like even our stadium here in Freeport, it could be a lot better in terms of the seating, the setup, the everything at the GB complex. And like the fact that there aren't more on other islands in terms of, yeah, it's nice that we have gyms on some of the islands, but majority of them, their basketball courts is ones at parks, and it's on that concrete. And a professional athlete or someone who really serious about the sport want to practice on an outdoor turf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as it relates to that, what are some things that you do to help you like to recover on an off season or when you're trying to relax? I know you say you're about to go on vacation. So what are some of the things you're doing to make sure you're ready for the winter games you're about to play?
So last year, 2023 off season, I started implementing a lot of Pilates.
Okay, that's interesting.
A lot of Pilates, and it was really interesting actually. It's really hard.
Not as easy as it looks.
It's hard. Yeah, it's really hard.
Good.
Just being able to stretch more, and then also just implement just having like an off day. Whereas my off day is like, I'd have like a massage therapist, and then being able to have dry acupuncture needling. Needling has been really huge for me.
What's that?
It's really hard to explain. Just like it's a needle, actual needle.
Oh, like what you see on TV. Like they just put the needle in you and leave it there?
Yeah, they'll leave it in there. And to the spot was painful, was sore. And what I do is like I have the dry needling with the TENS machine. Like you ever heard of TENS machine before?
No.
So TENS machine is the one was like, you stick it to your skin and just like boop, boop. Like, so actually having it plugged into the needle. So like now it's not just stimulating the outside of my skin, but it's stimulating the inside. So it's actually like really targeting the muscle, going straight to the point. So doing a lot of dry needling, basically a lot of like ice bath, you say, like basically contrasting and stuff like that. Just understand that, drinking a lot of water.
Okay. Yeah, that's the basic. I know about that.
Yeah.
I just drink a lot of water.
Yeah, drinking a lot of water. So that's basically my recovery and like how I go through my off season.
Okay, so do you have any goals for the next year in terms of you as a professional baseball player? Like some of the goals you're trying to meet, or some of the ways you're trying to get better within the next year? Yeah,
I mean, my ultimate goal is always to make it to the big leagues. You know, to be next Bahamian to play in the big leagues. And to be able to play as long as I can. But I know that based off how my body feels,
right?
How my body holds up. So like, yeah, that's my ultimate goal as a professional player. You know, just to play in the Olympic. But also, I think I want to play in different countries.
Okay.
So I want to be able to, so I could be able to say, hey, I played in America, I played in Puerto Rico, Mexico, Asia, and so I want to be able to in Australia. I want to be able to say that I play in every country.
You've been on every continent.
Yeah,
you've been all over the place. Okay, stamp up the passport.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so with that being said, do you have any things that you regretted along your journey, or mistakes that you made, or things that you've learned over you said about 8 years you've been a professional baseball player?
Really, I guess, really not much regret, because along the way, like, it made me who I am today. So it's like, I don't know if there's any regret, because like baseball is a hard sport.
Right.
It's like,
it's very physically taxing.
Yeah, it's just basically you got to be in the right place, right time. So, but I feel like just understanding, like, just having like more. At a young age, I got into it at a young age when I was 17.
Right, yeah. That's true, hey. You was really
17
a teeny bopper.
18, I think. Yeah, 18,
You couldn't even drink in the U.S.
No. So
right.
It's like, I mean, like, I'm a young kid, so it's like, I guess, better guidance. Like, if I would had myself talk to my younger self, I'd just say, hey, just take care of the body more. Try to prepare yourself for this age. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, like LeBron. You think LeBron like having that longevity? Right. So me performing wise, I wouldn't change nothing. But as in like the off the field things, I would definitely. I'll always say I'll change some things what I did
during the off seasons.
Yes.
Okay, definitely. Okay, so that's some good advice in terms of taking off-season rests, taking the off-season training and discipline a little bit more seriously at that young of age. So do you think signing to professional baseball at a young age is a good thing? Or even professionally at anything? Do you feel like it should probably be something done at a later age, or is it based on just the person?
I have a question. You go to college to get a degree, right? And and use that degree to make you money, right? So, but at the same time, when you're making the money, you have to pay back your debt, right? Because you went to college, so you have to pay for college. So if you could beat around the bush and just make the money, so what's the point?
Good point.
And now you got the money, so it's really what you do with the money,
right?
So it's like, if you could beat, but if you get.
Get paid now.
Just be smart. Just being smart. That's what it is. Just what it is. Just invest right, smart, and just bet on yourself. if you ain't betting on yourself, then you're really confident. Look at Jazz. Jazz really came from nothing. Like what he have right now, he really didn't have nothing. Because I grew up with that dude and I played with him when he was young. So it's like what he have right now is basically because he betted on himself. He was confident as a player. He's been like that since he was a jet when he was young. So it's like he betted on himself. So if you don't really betting on yourselves, then what's the point?
Right. So, especially if someone can invest or sign you for that amount of money.
You know, if you're not confident in yourself, how you expect somebody to be confident for you?
Fox. Big Fox. That's some big talk, but that's really, really true. And I found that to be more true when it comes to that than being smart and educated. I hate to say it like that, and people don't like hearing that. We like to put this idea in young people's head that, oh, you still need to be book smart, you need to be smart, you need to go to college, you need to get a degree. But some people are so talented that they're able to just skip that step and go straight to success. People like, you mentioned LeBron James. In my industry of being an entertainer and a host, I could mention someone like Kevin Hart. Like, they didn't go to college. They aren't the smartest crayons in the box. But because they're so talented and they're so confident in their craft, they're able to find success and make leaps and bounds and make good decisions and be so disciplined because they really love what they do.
Right.
So sometimes that is what separates the people who are talented from the people who are just geniuses or educated. Some people could be smarter than smart, but they ain't got no confidence. And all they could do is go into our office, count some money, and then that's it. No offense to anybody and no shade, but that's a fact. And that's okay. Like, two things can be true. You can't be successful without an education, and some areas of life you need an education to be successful in. And I feel like we're at a stage in the Bahamas where we need to accept the fact that all of us will not be book smart, and there are many avenues to success. So trying to push this idea of, what they say, the national grade average is a D, and that's such a big deal. No, that's because y'all still making these children write paper tests. Like, let them do something with their hands. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just me. I could be wrong. What you feel about it? I mean, that's just me. But
I wasn't book smart.
Right. Okay.
So, like, but, like, for me right now, like, I like business, right? I'm big into real estate. So that comes because I love it, right? And for me, if I love something, I'ma educate myself along the way to figure out why I love this and why I'm like devoting my time into it and sacrificing my time. So like, you used to tell me in high school, like, I'll be getting it that real estate at this age. I've been like laughing at you. I ain't care about no real estate when I was, you know what I mean? So like, I feel like at that time I would just want to play every sport that was available in the Bahamas.
Yes.
So, but also being able to get the opportunity to play, well, get drafted, and be able to be an investor in real estate. So it's like now, like, I got that opportunity to fall in love with real estate because of baseball. Right.
Being in that area and having that type of funding and backing, being able to invest in something like real estate and learn more about it.
Yes.
Okay. I love that for you. Look at you getting into real estate, man. We got to talk about that more off the air, because I love me some real estate. Like, it's just a good thing to get into, and that's a different industry, especially in America. Like, it's good over here. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I work in real estate. It's good over here. Don't let no one lie to you and say, like, oh, real estate in the Bahamas. It's good over here too. But in the U.S., it's just a different market in terms of being able to buy property and flip it and do so many different things with it, like Airbnb and renting, turning complexes into condos, and just a bunch of different things you could do because of the infrastructure of the U.S. and the laws when it comes to real estate and stuff like that. Here in the Bahamas, we're more of a tourist destination, so it's a little bit different, but it's kind of the same. But then it ain't as much property because we don't build up, we build out. And because of that, like, it's only so much out we could go. So, yeah, but in the U.S., there's build up and the possibilities are
extremely
endless. But it's good to see that you're flipping that into something else. So is that something you plan to fall back into if baseball doesn't go well?
I can see myself, doing it or whatever. But, I have other things I probably would want to get into that I don't know of. So yeah.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
It could be anything. Okay, great. So it is But it has been a pleasure talking with you as always. It's been an amazing conversation. How do you like the new setup of the pod?
Yamis, you come from a long Yamis.
Yeah, see? No, my government.
Yeah, government Yamis. You come a long way. You come a long way. So that's all.
This has been a journey, guys.
Third podcast, by the way.
Third setup.
Yeah.
You use the OG?
Yeah, I'm original. Come on, man.
And that was back when I was doing the Island Athlete series.
I really studied this one. I didn't really study on this podcast.
Yeah, you didn't really come prepared. You come prepared last time. You had some questions for me and all. We just come a long way. But thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being on the show. I literally messaged you, when was it, last week or 2 weeks ago, and I was like, hey, let me know when you're back on that. And it's like, I was being in the island in a few days. So yeah, I'm definitely coming. So if you are interested in being on Islandish Podcast, you all know what to do. Hit us up at Islandish242 on Instagram or Facebook, or send us an email at Islandish242@gmail.com. We are about to be expanding to the different family islands. So yeah, Dred, make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're staying locked in to Islandish Podcast. Chavez, tell the people bye, or where they can follow you if they want to see more about what's going on with you. You on Instagram?
Yeah, on Instagram, social media, Chavez Young. You just type in my name, you can find it.
Yeah, he got the blue tick, you see? Yeah. I soon get my blue tick.
You like to put me under the bus, son.
Definitely. So you guys, keep it locked in. Thank you so much for watching this episode. It has been an amazing day. Y'all be great. Laters. Peace.